Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm here. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
I got
I'm ready, bro.
I got my shirt on today. I got my Coke shirt.
Oh, snap. I'm
You know
ready,
what I mean?
man.
Little soft side. You know what I mean?
Like always, bro. As a black man, I know what it feels like to be alone. I know how it feels to be told that I'm not good enough. No, I'm not here for your entertainment. I'm not a sports player, a rapper, a celebrity. I'm a human being. As a black man, I'm told to man up when I have feelings and know it when I speak my pain. Hoping that things will change and disappointed they often remain the same. As a black man, I'm strong because I have to be. This life, a gobble up the weak, and the pain and trauma that I've been through has humbled me to become a better me. And it's time, as black men, that we stand our ground. We speak our truth. We go after what we want, regardless of the pain we've been through. We quit for no one and inspire others to be themselves, to become greater. We owe it to ourselves as black men. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Good morning, America. Good morning, my black men.
What's up? Yeah, man. I'm ready for the show today, bro. You hype?
Good, man. You know what I mean? I'm good. Anytime I get a chance to talk to my brothers out there, I'm always good.
Yeah, bro. That's a fact, yo. So we got a great episode for you guys today. We're going to talk about something I know we all dealing with. Well, maybe not all of us, but a good portion of us is dealing with random financial challenges. I know you feel that, Joe. So I think our viewers for uh, looking at on a poll and you know selecting the one that y'all guys wanted us to talk about today. So we're gonna give it to y'all real, man. The financial challenges. Please call into the show. We got the number down at the bottom. Let us know how that has impacted your mental health. Uh, Give me 1 second. We bringing Joe back in here. Let us know how financial challenges impacted your life. Please, you guys want to call in 302-584-3287. You get that show started, man. So, Joe, I was doing some a little bit of research online,
Okay.
and we had talked about some of the things that financial stress cause as far as like mental health. You know what I mean? Some of the things that we talked about yesterday, financial challenges can cause stress, marital problems, relationship problems if you ain't married, depression, anxiety, uh, affects your ego, your self confidence. You had mentioned that it can affect your sex drive. You know what I mean? It can affect your decision making. You know what I mean? When you're in a pinch. And people tend to tie the amount of money that they make to their self worth. So like, which one of those like kind of like stands out to you as far as like just the additional, because the financial challenge is stressful enough, but the additional things that come along with that. What are some of the things that stood out to you?
So, self worth and male pride to me are kind of like the biggest things that men tend to struggle with, right? Um, because we already fighting the scenario that we're not hitting on nothing anyway because you're a black man,
Right.
right? So society is demasculating the men with clothes, um, and how he wants you to act and things of that nature.
Mhm.
Um, the fact that what I'm saying when you have financial options that bring you down, like how you bounce back from that, right? So as a man, we tend to close up. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because now your self esteem is low, your pride is hurt. You'll say you like in your feelings. You know, you don't want to talk to nobody. You
Right.
know what I mean? And that allows the depression to kick in and to suppress you even more.
Why do you think people are so unwilling to talk about the financial challenges they're going through? They just hold it in. They're not like talking to their friends or family. You just think like it's like a pride issue. People are, you know, they feel less than because they're having those difficulties. They don't want to reach out to help and stuff like that.
So this goes back to everything we said the other time. Communication, man, is key, right? Because you taught like men shouldn't show emotions.
Right.
You gotta be the rock of the family. So when you're the rock of the family, you can't show emotions. What do? You get mentally confused.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's a hard thing to really talk about because as a black man, I feel as though you got so many struggles against you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got the enemy that I don't know. You feel like you just gotta do everything, man. It's just
Right.
it's hard, man. It's pressure. It's hard. It's hard for me to talk about right now because financial loss is very key right now with the economy being unstable. Um, like I just tell you, like yesterday, my friend was telling me that Corning down in Wilmington, North Carolina, laid off a lot of people.
Right.
They was told that you can't come out to work till next year.
Right.
This is January 2020. You can't come out to January 2021.
Right.
What are you going to tell your wife? What do you tell your kids? Hey, honey, this is the house we live in now might be gone.
Right.
So it's hard to talk about that, man. Because then, saying you feel like you let everybody down, even though it was nothing you did wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why I say that male pride, man. Like we gotta wash that out the window. You know what I mean? Just throw it out the window, let it roll down the street. Because like with myself as a married man, when I go through financial situations, it was hard at first to talk to my wife about it. Actually talking to her about it, how to bring our relationship stronger together.
Right.
So yeah, man. Like
you guys drop some comments, man. Like when y'all going through financial stress, like how do y'all deal with it? Me personally, up until I got put onto these positive affirmations, I was not dealing with financial stress at all. And I've been through a lot of financial stress as a business owner for the last 5 years. And, it's been like I thought that the struggles and the lack of success that I was having, for example, as a State Farm agent, represented who I was as a person. And I would constantly compare myself to other State Farm agents that was doing better than me or made more money than me. And, I was just like so hurt, like, yo, why can't I figure this out? I would put in 160, 180 hours a week into my business and still not get the results that I wanted. I was devastated, yo.
Right.
And, I had to really learn by talking to my therapist that whatever my business does not define who I am as a man.
True.
You know how many successful people that are millionaires now that have 4, 5, 6, 7 businesses and 6 of them failed and then they finally got it together on a 7th business? Right. You know what I mean? There's no success without those lessons, man. So we got a comment from Malik. What's up, bro? Thank you for tuning in today, bro. I really appreciate you. He said, black folk, 50% of the homeless population. Wow. Ooh. That's deep, bro. That's deep. Thank you for commenting. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, 50%.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
That took my breath away.
Yeah, 50% of the homeless population. That's crazy, bro. And, we just got, like we're going to talk like later in different podcasts when we get to the meat and potatoes on things that we can do as black men to kind of like work together to fix some of these challenges that we're having. Some of the challenges that we have in life can be avoided with proper planning. But we're going to get into that in later podcasts. Like, I've made so many mistakes that cost me tremendously financially just by not doing enough planning, including the financial challenge that I'm in right now.
Right.
Had I did a little bit more planning, things would be a lot different for the Simmons household. You feel me? So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about ways that you can recover. Because, there is a way to recover even when you feel like you're at your lowest point financially. Malik also says that you have to learn from your failures. That is so true, bro. That is so true. I was just telling Joe yesterday, I was like, yo, if there's a book of don'ts to do in business and owning your own business, I can write that book, yo.
You know number one book in the world, you know what I'm saying?
I can write the don'ts, man. I done learned a lot, man. And you have to learn. And the positive affirmations really help me to not see it as a failure and just see it as a learning um, a learning piece. Because before when I use words like failure, like subconsciously, that started like building up on me the negative affirmations that I can't do anything right in business. I'm never going to have a successful business, and I'm always going to have these money issues that I was having.
Right.
So, Joe, like, how do you deal with, like, you had mentioned yesterday that there was a time when you went through financial stress. Like, how did you cope with that and deal with it?
Badly.
Yeah.
I became manically depressed. I looked for easy ways out, right? So I thought if I could fix it on my own and don't get my wife involved in the situation, I'm good, right? So that's where that male ego come in. Is like, I know I could do this. I don't need my wife right now. But the point I was missing, we're a team. You know what I'm saying? So, your vows say for sickness and for health, and what the vows say, for better,
Right.
for worse, rich, or poor, I get stuff there. If you don't use your spouse in that situation where you're at your financial weakness, then you're not gonna make it, right?
Right.
So my biggest problem back in days was my male ego. Like, I can't talk to my wife about this. I gotta fix it. So I'll go out and try to get loans. Possibly think about putting a title on my cars. You know what I mean? Do
Right.
what I do to get a short term fix to fix the problem, but I need a long term fix. When I
Right.
get a long term fix, I had to get help from my wife. We had to talk to each other. You know what I mean? That's the only way I
So,
made it through, bro. I had to ask for help.
you know what? That's really big, bro. Because, like, when I was going through my challenges as a State Farm agent, like, I felt embarrassed to take that to my wife. That I was behind on my bills, that I was making stupid financial decisions, like taking out payroll to pay, taking out loans to pay payroll. You know what I mean? At one point, you just got to cut your losses. You know what I mean? So I made all these stupid decisions that had I talked to somebody, um, my wife, my mentor, and like people that already done it before, like in a business, I could have got better feedback, better options than to do some of the stuff that I was doing, man. Like sometimes you close off opportunities to you by not sharing what you've been through. Like, for example, like when we talked yesterday, and you like, hey, I understand, Mel, you got financial challenges and stuff. Maybe like if you're looking for something that could supplement your income that you could do and not affect your business because you could do it during evenings, like we could talk about that partnership.
Right.
I would have never had that opportunity presented to me if I kept being closed off about the current situations that I'm in. And yes, I'm not bringing you a sob story like, yo, I'm desperate for cash, I need the help. It's more like, yo, I'm working through financial challenges and I'm looking for something that I can do to supplement what I'm doing. You feel me? So it's like if you close off those opportunities because you keep everything that's happening to your life to yourself, you don't know what windows are being closed by you not. Granted, I understand like people don't want to be an open book and share all the details, but a lot of the stuff that we're going through, everybody's going through.
Yeah.
Even people that got money, because I know a guy that make a lot of money and had to close one of his businesses.
Right.
Tell himself that he's not a failure. He got money.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something funny. Look at the story of Toys R Us. Right? Toys R Us been around for years as the #1 toy store, and now they gone. How you explain that? Well, you've been a powerhouse in toys for 20, 30 years, and now you gone.
Right.
How you deal with that? You know what I mean? Yeah. I know.
That right there is the reason why I stopped like stressing so much about my business challenges. Because Bar Louie down here, that's a great restaurant. They just filed bankruptcy and closing half of their stores, bro. So I'm like, yo, if even big businesses that I know have a great financial business plan can struggle and close their doors, like, yo, business, working, bills, it don't matter if you don't have your own business. All this is hard, Joe. And we're not talking about it as black men, like these challenges that we're going through. We got another comment here. I'll put it on the screen. It's from Malik. So the problem is black folk can't afford to make mistakes that cost us more than our contemporaries. Yeah? Let me tell you something. Like, you understand that, bro, because when I was trying to get out of the hole with my business, and sometimes things happen for a reason, right?
Right.
I had great credit. I had almost an 800 credit score,
Right.
and I had 20 G's in the bank, and I could not get no business loan. So those mistakes that I made, you know what I mean, that put me in a little bit of a financial bind, I couldn't get out of that. You know what I mean? So it's like some people go into things with that hesitation, and I think that's why we're so reluctant to go out on a leap of faith for that new job. Go out on a leap of faith for that new career. Be willing to change, be willing to relocate, because we're fearful of the unknown. What can happen if this don't work out the way I need it to? So I feel you, bro. Like, what do you mean by that, Malik? And how's that kind of like affected you in your work life? Go ahead and drop me a comment, bro.
So here's another thing. I remember going to church and the pastor was preaching. Cause everybody goes through adversity in their life, right?
Right.
And so he's talking about the factor of like, I took it as talking to men that let whatever situation you're going through be your testimony, right? And like, what is he talking about? Like, I'm struggling. How's that gonna be my testimony?
Right.
Because here's the thing, it doesn't last forever, right? Once you get the firm, the foundation, like, you know what? I'm struggling financially. I'm gonna fix it. Once you come with that solution, your story can now be a helpmate to somebody else, right? So that's why I'm really big now communication with people outside of my household as well, because I can meet a young man on tomorrow who's going through. We can be talking. He's like, "Oh man, I'm struggling." I'm like, "Hey, I was there with you."
Right.
So first, when you get the affirmation that someone else struggled with you, you're like, "What? You struggle?" Yeah. And you start talking about how you came through it. Whatever you say to that person, you don't know how it's going to change their life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it could be that that turnaround point for them. Like, wow, another black man was struggling. I mean,
Right.
you might see it, you might not see it in the world, you might not believe it, right? But when somebody can confirm with you if they went through the same thing you went through, wow,
It's powerful, bro.
powerful.
I
Yeah,
tell you, my life has changed tremendously. There was a point in my life, and I'll be honest with you guys, so y'all can avoid this challenge as well, where I shared too much of my business to everybody because I was sad and depressed and miserable. So
yeah,
that I went
yeah,
through that stage where I was just too much of an open book.
yeah,
But what I learned during that time of being too much of an open book was 95% of all of the black folks I talked to was dealing with and or have been through the same exact stuff that I was dealing with.
right,
So nearly everybody I talked to,
right,
everybody, regardless of their success, has either been broke before and now has money, or been depressed, or been suicidal, or had been molested, or whatever else has happened to them in their lives. They were dealing with the same exact stuff that I was dealing with. So that allowed me to get more comfortable with sharing it to other people. And once I found out that so many people was dealing with the same exact stuff as me, I was like, I want to help people. I want to help make this a normal conversation amongst black men so we can start coming up with solutions. Because like Malik is saying, nobody cares when you bring in your problems to them and you just complaining about it because they got their own problem. They're going through the same stuff, regardless of if they tell you or not, they're going through the same stuff. So the more we communicate the things that we're going through and how it's affecting our lives, the more we can put it out on the table, and then we can sit down and we can say, you know what? I've been through that before. You may be able to do this. And then I can be like, you know what, Joe? I've been through that before. Like, maybe you should try this. We start building solutions to these challenges because we're all dealing with them. And really, life is better as a team than it is solo. Like, one of the things one of my mentors always say to me is, you don't got to do it by yourself no more. Like, we got you. Like, that was something that is new. Like, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, I don't have to be alone. I don't have to be alone in a fight against depression. I don't have to be alone in the financial challenges. Like, they like, yo, like, try to apply here. I got some connections here. I got some. So as I continue to talk and to try to build a relationship and be more of an open book, I built better relationships and I got more good sounding advice, man. So what do you think about that, Joe? Like, us just making it normal for black men to have these discussions.
it's a must have. We make like, for example, we talk about sports like it's nothing, right? the death of Kobe Bryant is like the topic of every male conversation now. Kobe was the greatest. He's this, that, and the other. So we pick and choose what we want to talk about.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you talk gently about everything that's going on, and there's nothing wrong with being transparent, but like you said earlier, watch how much you discuss and who you discuss it with.
Right.
But just the fact, if you got in your head that you can talk to somebody about it, why not? You know what I mean? Why not?
Right. And I found out like the more that you try to help other people, the more that you help yourself.
Yeah.
So there's been times where like somebody is asking me for advice on business, and I'm like, you know what? I might not be doing this to the capacity I could be doing it myself.
Right.
You start teaching yourself. Like this helping each other is really powerful. You know what I mean? Black men, we gotta do it. It's a must have. You have to share your experience, your knowledge to help other people, bro. Because when you do that, not only will you positively impact their life, but you positively impact your own. I can't tell you how many times I gave somebody relationship advice and realized I wasn't being that person to my wife.
Right.
I had to challenge myself. Like that, we share these stories. We sit down and we talk and build these relationships with each other, and it also helps us. Like it's a must have, bro. It's a must have. We got one more comment from the link. Let me put this on the screen. Go ahead, Barnhart. Read that for me.
Hey, Tom, I see my boy Tom on here from Philly. Hey, Tom, how do you deal with financial losses up there in Philadelphia, bro? Like, give us a comment. Like, let us know what the struggles might be for either you or some of your cohorts or your friends up there in Philly, man. Like, talk to us real quick. He said, due to historical and current opposition risks taken for us and even more of a risk, we have more disadvantages than any. Wow.
And you see what it says here at the end of this quote. It says, race is a team sport. What do you think about that?
So you have to comment on that right there. That's a touchy subject for me. You know what I mean? That's a very touchy subject for me. I don't understand racism.
No, he's talking about building a race. Like our race is a team sport. Like we got to be together as a team.
Yeah, let's go back to what we said earlier. Yeah, I get that. But God, Tom said, Tom, my question to you is, how do you deal with, or some of your cohorts deal with, financial losses up there in the city of Philadelphia? Wait for the comment back. Yeah, so I guess I misread earlier. Yeah, race is a team sport.
Right.
So if you think about a 4x4 relay, right? The first person takes off. That's the person who got the initial problem, right? And then they pass on to the second person who has a partial idea of how to come up with a resolution for the problem. Then they pass around to the next person, the third person. They're like, you know what? I got the solution to the problem. Let's get the problem, distributed to everybody so we can resolve it. Then it gets to the fourth person who's the anchor, and that person brings it home, the resolution. You know what I mean? So, like I said earlier, like me talking to you, sometimes you answer questions that I have just by me talking to you. You come at a response like, "Oh, okay."
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a race. It's a race.
It is, man. It's kind of like important. I know a lot of black entrepreneurs and people that are successful that's really like helping other people get into the real estate market and grow and stuff like that. And it's just so great to see that. Like, and some of my friends, they share financial literacy. They have their own foundations and stuff like that. And the more that we can positively impact other people's lives, the better, man. It's just collectively us getting together. I don't feel like the financial challenges that we deal with as a group can be fixed without fixing the mental challenges. See, the mental health thing is just something that's so not talked about amongst black men that we're all just eating it. we're all just like just not dealing with it healthy. And then, we're trying to put all these ideas together and do all these business ventures, but we don't feel right ourselves.
Right.
You know, and it's just like working on that mental health piece is like the key, man. That's why they say mind, body, and spirit. Those are the most important things, man. When your mind not right, you're not going to be as productive as you could be. And that's one of my challenges that I had early on as a business owner. When I opened my State Farm, my pop had just recently passed, and my head wasn't all the way there when I was a State Farm agent. And then in the midst of that, my mom passed.
Mm.
Man, I was just devastated, bro. There was times where I didn't even want to go to work. Though. We got our first caller today. Somebody called in. Yeah, thank you for calling the As a Black Man podcast. This is your boy Mel. Hello.
Hey Mel, man. Yeah, it's Eric, man. I wanna just say, man, I love what you guys are doing, man. I love the conversation that's being sparked. I think we need to continue to do things like this to be able to push us forward, man. So I just wanted to call in and give you guys a shout out, man. Thank you too for taking the time out to have this type of dialogue and just continue to try to plant the seed to move us forward, bro. So I appreciate you, gentlemen, man.
Oh man,
Thank you.
That means a lot, man. I definitely appreciate that, Eric.
Yeah, man. So I'll leave you to it, man. Didn't want to interrupt. Just wanted to say thank you, man, for what you guys are doing, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, so my guy Tom, I sent him a question, and he responded back. He said, "The first thing I do is pray to God." He says, "Owning a restaurant and lounge, there are many ups and downs and losses." He said, "I tithe heavy, so God brings it back to me 100-fold." He said, "Just having faith." That's something we don't talk about too often. Is where you are with your spiritual walk in your life. Some people believe in what quote unquote a higher power or God, but a lot of people do, and that's one of the strong foundations of our culture of African Americans, that we have a strong Christian background, right?
Right.
So what he said right there kind of puts things in perspective, is that now he took the power from himself and gave it to God. You know what I mean? And the way he deals with it is he increases his faith by giving tithes and having that faith that God's gonna bless him in return. That's key. That's key. Tom, I thank you for that comment, bro. That's very profound.
And like helping people is the key, bro.
Yes.
Out of all of what he said, what stuck out to me was the positive affirmations, because that's basically what you're doing when you're praying to God, right? You see positive things in existence, and the helping people.
Yeah.
Like, that right there is the key, yo. The more you help people, the more you realize, like, your struggle might not even be as much as a struggle as you think it is, because we're all dealing with it.
Right.
That's what happens when you help people, bro. When you help people, you really get things put in perspective. Malik wanted to clarify what he meant. He said, us as black men and women need to act as a team. We are not competing against each other.
Yes.
But we're not competing against each other, but against other groups or teams. When it comes to finances, that's the way for us to win, build our communities, businesses, and create. Yeah.
That's a great point, because, like I said earlier, we're a team. You know what I mean? You asked that woman to be your wife for life, but yet you'll take back the part where I'm struggling, I'm not gonna talk to you. No, that's when you get the most love from your spouse, because that communication is key. It's the key to your heart. It's key to your mind, your soul. You know what I mean? Like when my wife pours into me, bro, when I'm down, I'm so rejuvenated, man. I feel like I could run a marathon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really can't run, man, but she gives you a positive reinforcement. Like, I can do anything. It's kind of like, you refer back to Samson in the Bible, where, he got the strength to pull down the walls when he was going through a hard time in life. You know what I mean? Because he had that faith in God. God, like, you can do anything. Well, the Bible says you do all things through Christ that strengthens you. Right. You know what I mean? That's key. You know what I mean? My strength a lot of times comes from my wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the other day, man, like yesterday I got hit in the chin with a frisbee at work. You know,
Right.
kids, I was playing the kids, hit me in the chin. First my wife said, babe, you're gonna be all right.
Right. God, there it is.
I
There
like,
it
what?
is.
Like, how you
Right.
know I was hurt? You know what I mean? She's like, you're gonna be all right. You know,
Right.
I guess she could hear in my voice that I had some pain. You
Right.
know? So that affirmation that my wife gave me yesterday was like, it was tremendous, bro. Like I pulled over for a second, got myself together, like, all right, babe, I'm back. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's great.
And
So that's
you
why,
know,
like, now when I have financial struggles, bro, even with my business, you know, people pay what they want to pay,
right.
but they want you to do the job now. I get it, right? So, you know,
Right.
it's 4 years of the business. I do understand. Like Tom said, there's some ups and downs and some losses. You're right. You know what I mean? But knowing that my wife has my back, you know, it's been time like, babe, you know, the payroll might be a little short, so don't worry about how much you need. You know what I mean?
God, there it is, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't need no loan. I got my wife, got my back. Great. And of course, I'll be reciprocated back too as well. You know, when times are good. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, that company says that we should work together. I agree to 200%.
Right.
Because if you go back to the stories of slavery, where they took the man from the household and forced him to be a part, but only thing he just come home and father a child with the wife to
Right.
keep the generations going, but he wasn't able to be a father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was a father by sexual interactions, but he wasn't a father to the child that came around. You
Right.
know? So that's where I think the disconnect comes from, the connectivity with our women. You know, it goes back to slavery, but we also have to challenge ourselves to break that mold. We don't have to live in that mold.
We
You
don't.
know? I pride myself to be a better father than my father was. Father was good. He dropped a lot of knowledge on me. But I want to be a better father than my kids. And I hope
Right.
that my son is a better father to his kids than I am to him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
But
let me
like that teamwork, bro, is key.
It's true, man. And let me take it one step farther as far as that teamwork. It don't gotta just be for your wife. We got some viewers that ain't married. Like
Yes.
we collectively have to do it by myself. I give you an example. My mentor, my cousin, one of my best friends, like I told him about the financial challenges I was going through. You know, I was like, yo, I'm working real hard in my business. I don't really know how I'm gonna be able to take care of the mortgage in March or
Right.
whatever. And he was like, yo, if you short, I got you. Like I'm like, wow, like, obviously I'd kick that back to him once I get, you know what I mean? But the fact that, you can have people in your life when the more we talk about stuff, the more you can have people in your life that can be there to support you. And if they can't help you financially, they might be like, all right, I'll help you by sharing your business on social media, asking for a referral for you, yada, yada, yada. There's so many things we could do to help each other out as business owner or just regular people that's struggling. You might need a higher paying job. You might be like, look, I work really hard. I got the work ethic. I got the degree. I'm just trying to make a little bit more money. Well, why don't you do this? You know what I mean? Let's try to put you in a position where you can move up, or you can go ask your boss for that raise, or you can try to become a manager at your company and stuff like that. So there's things we can do collectively that just doesn't have to come from a spouse, where we talk together. Like even a conversation that me and you had, you was like, yo, you can be one of my business partners and be down in Baltimore. And
Right.
it's like, that none of that would have ever been possible if we wasn't having these conversations in which we just been honest up front and try to come up with solutions to the issues that we're dealing with, yo. So that's like important, bro. You need a team of people around you. And if you don't got that team that'll help you get out the financial situation you're in, like if they can't help financially, but they're not gonna help like mentally, they're not gonna positively motivate you, they're not gonna pick you up. Like I got a homeboy that called me just about every day at like 7:30 in the morning. Like, wake your butt up and get to work.
Right. Right.
They're like, yo, I know you're not in the bed, yo. I know you're
Right.
not in the bed. Don't tell me you in the bed, dog. It's 7:30. You better be up trying to get this money. So
Right.
even if it's something as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't got people like that in your life, then go find people that are doing the things you want to do and connect with those people.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You have to change your surrounding. When they say birds of a feather flock together, if you hang out with only broke people, what you gonna be, Barnhart?
You be broke. You be broke. So check this out. Let's put this in perspective. If the black community comes together like some of the other races, I'll give you an example. The Hispanics. All right. They'll come together. They'll put 4 families in one house.
Yeah, you ain't
They'll
lying.
work, pay that house off, then they can move to another house. So they do it so all 4 families have a house that's paid for. And then they come together after those 4 houses paid for, help another family out. Right? I can't even have my aunt stay at my house while I was arguing. You know what I'm saying? Or my cousin coming over arguing. No, man, we gotta break that. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you know what the problem is, right?
What's that?
The problem that there's a misconception that we can't work together as black men or black men and women. It's not true. The problem is we're not dealing with the mental health issues. See, our people have so much trauma handed down to us that we are not dealing with it, and then we're taking. You know how like you got people that have been married 4 times.
Right.
They start to say all men ain't crap or all women ain't crap.
Right.
That's because they take all of the pain and trauma they had from the first relationship that was messed up, they take that into the next relationship. Then they take that into the next relationship. And as soon as your new husband do something that resembles what the old one did, now all men ain't crap. So we have this pain and trauma that's generational, that's been handed down to us, like Malik was saying. It's just handed down to us, bro. Our people are hurting, bro. You understand? Like, there was times where we had enough money to move to a suburb, to buy real estate, and just been flat out denied from banks. Flat out redline. You can't buy property here. You can't move here. You know what I mean? So that generational pain and stuff that we've dealt with, you know, the riots, the Black Wall Street getting burned down and people getting killed, people are hurting, bro. And we don't know how to build with each other because we haven't dealt with the trauma we've been through. Right. Like, mental health is the key to black wealth. And until we get that part down, there's no black wealth. Because that's why we feel, oh, there's crabs in a barrel. Nobody wants to see me get successful. Nobody wants to do that. And then that's the kind of mentality that we're having because of that trauma that's passed down, bro. That's why when your aunt moves in, y'all argue. You know, she feels embarrassed to move in with you. Because we know that we're supposed to do everything on our own. You know what I mean? You're less than if you need that assistance. You less than if you need to move in with your parents. You're a grown man. My parents kicked me out when I was 19. That's what you hear. And we take pride in being kicked out of our parents' house and having to do everything on our own. Ain't nobody hand me nothing.
Right.
I mean, that is a mental illness, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
That's mental illness.
Yes. Please eliminate that phrase from your vernacular. Let it go. Right. Delete it. Erase it.
Right. That is a mental illness, yo. That is a mental illness. And until we deal with the mental health, there is no black wealth. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not I'm not no doctor.
Right.
But all I know is I would have been 1,000 times more productive in all of my businesses had I not had the mental health issues that I had. And if it wasn't for finding these positive affirmations, bro, like with the financial challenge that I'm in right now, I'd be looking to close this business.
Yeah.
You know
I got determination, bro, because my circle around me that I have right now is so strong. You know what I mean? Between my church family, my fraternity, my friends I met on the streets, you know what I mean? And my wife, like, I'm not quitting, bro. I'm not quitting. I have a defibrillator hooked up to me 24/7 a day. You know what I mean? When I get low, I call you, Mel. I'm down. Hit that button.
Right. Right.
I call my cousin Mike. Mike, hit me up. All right, let's go. Let's go. Like, we need that, yo. You need people in your life to pour that positive affirmation to you, you know what I'm saying, and give you that energy. It's about that energy, you know what I mean? Like we had my good friend Sister Blender's on here watching, right? And I remember, like, I was sick one time. I came to church. She hugged me, said, I missed you, bro. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? You missed me? She's like, I love you. You know what she say? Hey, bro, I'll see you next week. Like, she poured that affirmation into me, like, wow, like you kind of want to miss church so she can say that to you again. But then again, like, you know, you love to say when you go there also. Like, she's one of my rocks, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I had my heart attack, she reached out to me. You know what I mean? Bro, what's good? I can help you out. You know what I mean? I'm praying for you. You know, we need that support system on all levels. You know what I'm saying? We can't do it on our own. You know what I mean? We can't do it on our own. That's why we always say, when you have mental health issues that you can't deal with, please go see a therapist. Please go see psychologists. psychiatrist, see somebody. You know what I mean? Who could give you that help to get through. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
And
then there's one key thing too. Don't forget where you come from. You know what I mean? I came from the projects in Baltimore. I always like to go back and see my people that's still there. Like, yo, you can get out of here, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
True.
did it. You know what I mean?
True.
I got a college degree working on my second one. You know what I mean? So use your testimony also as affirmation to people too, because like I say, you never know how words resonate with people.
Right.
You never know. Never know. So black man, talk to somebody. Let it go.
That's somebody. That's true.
Let it go. Let it go.
It's important, man. We want to be that support to you guys. Like, I see this podcast being special, bro. Like, yeah. And us just being able to help other brothers, man, who's not having these conversations, who's not going to seek that professional help, man, and do it, man. But you know what time it is. You know what time it is, right, Joe?
Affirmation.
Affirmations, boy. We're going to do the, let me see here, powerful financial affirmations. Let's go. I do this every day, peoples.
I am rich.
I am rich.
I am financially independent.
I am financially independent.
I am living life on my own terms.
I am living life on my own terms.
I am a wealthy entrepreneur.
I am a wealthy entrepreneur that makes good decisions with my money. Oh, I need that one, Joe. I needed that.
I allow myself to be covered constantly with new revenue streams.
I allow myself to be covered constantly with new revenue streams.
I am generous in the way that I share the abundance that is in my life.
I am generous in the ways that I share the abundance in my life. You feel me? Yeah. Yeah, people. I listen to those every single day. Every day.
Right.
Every day. I do one for self-love because I realized I didn't love myself. You know what I mean? I got to tell myself every day I love myself. You feel me? And now I can see a change in my behaviors. I can see a change in my thought process when things don't go the way that I want them to go. You guys, please get on these positive affirmations. You know? Got one last thing. Guys, please call in at any time. 302-584-3287. Read an article yesterday, a little feedback on how to deal with the financial stress. This is from Bank of America.
Bank of America, BOA.
One, they said identify your stress points. Whether it's the realization that you need to get more serious about saving for retirement or dealing with a troublesome credit card balance, it is important to recognize what's causing your anxiety. Write down your 3 biggest financial sources of stress so you can know what you're up against.
Right.
That's big. So a lot of times when you're having financial challenges, what I suggest is you write out what is the uncontrollable or what you can get rid of, like your mortgage, your BG&E, food. What else would you say is a necessity, Barnhart? Water.
Your basic needs: water, electric, a roof over your head. It's really minimum what you really need.
Right.
We make it maximum because we gotta have satellite TV in every bedroom in the house. You know what I mean? We always do it. If you keep life to the as bare minimum as possible and force yourself to live that way and accept it, you're good.
Right.
You don't need to be walking around with Gucci slippers on, with Louis Vuitton socks. And,
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't need that. You know, my guy Dean, he's on watch right now. Dean is my financial rock also. He's my CPA. And I mean, one day he looked at my book, he said, Joe, just because you see them zeros in there with the numbers in front of it, don't touch it. Let it sit there. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. Like, we get that money start burning our pockets, and we want to hurry up and spend it because we got it.
Right.
No, we gotta retrain ourselves. We already number one consumer in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when people design something, they design for the black man to buy it.
You ain't lying about that.
You know what I mean?
It's actually
this. Kanye West got a pair of tennis shoes out right now. It costs $700.
It's crazy. He get my 700. So Joe.
Yeah.
So the things that you actually do have control over, like I cut my cable bill.
Right.
The things that you do got control over, you just limit it as much as you can. Number 2 is get a positive spin. So I'm going through financial challenges, and I've literally handled this the best I've ever handled anything in my life because of these positive affirmations. Like I tell you, this has changed my life over the last 3 weeks to the point where it has become normal for me to think more positively than negative.
Right.
So that positive spin, whether it's your religion, the positive affirmations, the positive center of influence that you have, you have to get more positive about your situation. Otherwise, it becomes a pity party. And does anybody like the pity party, Joe?
Yeah.
No. The pity party ain't
going like a pity party.
It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And then you're never gonna get out of there. You're gonna be stuck.
Right.
And everything that happens to you that causes more financial stress is the universe against you. Make that universe turn positive against you. You know what I mean? Number 3, be realistic. I can't stress this enough. I started getting better at business when I realized I can't compare myself to other people. You don't know why them people are successful. They can have more money than you. They can have more resources, more connection, more tools. But you compare yourself to somebody that got double the team of you, that's doing way more numbers. You be realistic.
Right.
You can't pay your credit card off in one day unless you hit the lotto or something. But what is a reasonable amount of things that you can do to lower your expenses and start paying back your debt to get out of your financial challenge?
Hey, so I got a reply to a question. I talked to Dean. Dean Howes is a certified CPA up in New Jersey. He said, I asked him, how do you teach your clients how to deal with financial losses? He said, I discussed the impact of financial situations with my clients, and he said he helps them come up with resolutions. Once again, the key part, he says, discuss. The key point to our whole podcast, no matter what the topic is communication.
Right.
Talk to somebody. We cannot do it by yourself. I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. Right. We have to talk to somebody.
Right.
That goes back to what I come earlier. It's a team.
You ain't lying, bro. Number 4, make the most of your income. If you could only put $10 away a check, that's $20 a month. It's better than nothing. Make the most out of your income, because when you have something, like one of my homeboys just had a big auto loss. He had to drop mad money into his car, but the problem is, he was upset that he wanted to use that to start his new business. He's like, dang, I'm upset that I had to use my savings for that. But I'm like, look, bro, I'm proud of you that you had that savings. Because if you didn't, where would you be? You had no car. Save what you can. Make the most out of your money. Lower expenses. I'm trying to get rid of all car payments, right? My motorcycle payment, all that stuff. If I could get the money from my bike to pay it off, I would get my bike up right now, right? Financial stress. My wife's Honda is about to be up in 4 months. We are turning in her Honda and sharing one vehicle. And then when my lease is up, we're turning that in. I'm done with car payments. I'm going to buy 2 cars cash, yo.
Right.
Payments was a waste of money, dog. I thought I was cool when I had the Grand Cherokee back in the day, and I'm having to trade it in because I couldn't pay for it. Make the most out of your money. Lower expenses and humble yourself.
Yeah.
Because, there's millionaire janitors. There's people that's millionaires that you didn't even know was getting money like that, bro. They have humbled themselves, and they have made the most out of their money, invested, got rental properties, and you wouldn't even know, how much money people be having, yo. When I was a State Farm agent and I would do little insurance and financial review appointments, there be guys that come in dressed like a bum that got 10 times the amount of money as me. I'm like, they just, make the most out of your money. Number 5, small steps are key. So the way I'm trying to overcome my financial challenge is a stair debt. I take the lowest balance, and instead of applying more money to multiple debts, you apply every extra dollar you have that you're willing to, use to pay for your debt to the lowest balance and pay that off. Once that's paid off, and you pay the minimum on everything else, once that paid up, you move up the ladder. You will get rid of your debt faster that way than you will paying extra money on everything. I've done that before. I had 2 credit cards that was $800 a month. That I was paying $800 a month on, and the balance wasn't going down. Why wasn't the balance going down, Joe?
Because you kept using it.
No, I wasn't. Interest, bro.
Oh, yeah.
28% interest. So instead of paying, I could have paid the minimum on one and paid $1,600 on the other one, and I would have paid it off in 4 months. I didn't learn that until I read a book. Okay, so the small steps are key. Be okay with taking the small steps. If you cutting the cable bill only saves you an additional $80, that's $80 you didn't have before. It's a small step towards your financial getting out of this hole. And keep yourself honest. Like if you like me, I got a spouse, so she's my accountability partner on that to hold me accountable when I get a little silly and want to get a new helmet for the motorcycle. And she's like, nah, you got financial challenges, you ain't doing that. Right. So you don't got a spouse, you know what I mean? Then make one of your friends be your accountability partner, like how my boy wakes me up at 7:30 every morning and be like, yo, wake up, you supposed to be crying. Most of the time I'll be already up, but the fact that he's screaming on the phone, and he's giving me that positive affirmation is great, man. So, those are the 6 steps based off of Bank of America that you guys can do to deal with your financial challenge and start working out. But I just want to touch on one last thing before I hand it over to Joe.
What you got?
A lot of this stuff can be alleviated by just living within your means, Joe. Like right now, I got a house that's probably bigger than what it needs to be. It was all good when I was making money with State Farm. Now it's hurting them, brother. So I could have stayed at the old house and I wouldn't be going through nearly half of the issues I'm going through financially, yo. Don't be afraid to have a smaller house while you build up your money. Just because you make $100,000 don't mean you need a $500,000 house. Am I lying, Joe?
No, sir.
Because what you're going to be is house broke, house broke, house broke,
house broke,
house broke, house broke. Oh, man, yo, is that a good position to be in, bro?
Negative. You know
house broke. Let me explain to you guys what house broke means. House broke is you got that dream house you wanted, but when the water heater go up, when the water heater go up, that means you got to take out a loan or put it on a credit card.
Or use the oven to heat up the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, am I lying, bro? Am I lying about the house broke, bro?
Or you could be car broke also.
You be car broke.
You know what I mean? You make $100,000 a year, you got a $200,000 car note.
Woo!
You had to have that Bentley. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Don't let the power steering go out on a Bentley, son. Holy smokes, boy!
It's called bus pass. It's called bus pass.
You might as well throw the whole car away, boy.
Right.
Like,
we don't need that no more.
Listen,
I would say, in closing, as well, it's like I always talk about communication. Communication is very key, not only in your marriage, but also in your friendships as well. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta talk to people. You know what I mean? It's the only way you'll get clarity on anything. You know what I mean? And then ultimately, too, if you're spiritual or you have religion, pray. You know what I'm saying? Increase your faith. Put that trust in God. You know what I mean? Like, in today's society, it's getting hard out here. With the guy we got in office right now, I don't even know what president 45, 56, whatever his number is. He's the worst right now. He's trying to assimilate every black family that's out there. He's trying to do what all he got to do. We as African Americans got to stick together even more now than we did before in the past, because now the past is trying to recreate itself, come back to the platform again now. No, it's a negative. We're not going through this no more. We're now more educated. We're now more financially sound. We're now strong as people. We're not letting this stuff take over again. We're gonna stand our ground, stand our place. And the white man or any other man come at us, we're staying our ground. Sorry, you're not taking us back. I'm not going back. I'm not gonna be working nobody's fields.
You
This
ain't
is my
lying,
field
bro.
in the back of my house that I'm planting my garden in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm determined to help every black man regain his strength back in society. You know what I mean? One, be a father to your kids, if you have
Yeah,
children. Two, be the best husband you can be to your wife.
you
And
ain't
three,
lying.
be the best man in society you can be. And we each one gotta reach one and touch one. We gotta
You
get to
ain't lying. You ain't lying, bro. And you know what we say, bro. You know what we say. And this is kind of like my biggest affirmation, man, and my challenge to us as black men. You know, it is time as black men that we stand our ground and we speak our truth and we go after what we want, regardless of the pain we've been through. And we
right.
quit for no one and inspire others to be themselves, to become greater. We owe it to ourselves as black men. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe for us, yo.
Yes.
Blow
Hey,
it up. Help us help you. You
hey,
feel
look, every man on this who watch this show, tell another man you love him. Watch
Tell another man you love him.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Joe, I love you, man.
Love you too, bro. Talk to you, man.